London, 1666. A city of 500,000 souls, packed into a medieval maze of narrow streets and overhanging timber-framed houses. It was a city that had just survived the Great Plague the year before, only to face an even more terrifying catastrophe. The summer had been unusually long and dry. The wooden buildings were like tinder, baked by months of relentless sun. The city's water reserves were dangerously low. It was a disaster waiting to happen. On the night of September the 2nd, just after midnight, the spark finally caught. In a small bakery on Pudding Lane, owned by Thomas Fariner, a fire broke out. Fariner claimed he had put out the oven fire before going to bed. But hours later, his family was forced to flee out an upstairs window, clinging to the walls in their nightclothes. The fire quickly spread to the neighbouring houses. The local parish constable was called, but he dismissed the threat entirely. A woman might piss it out, he supposedly said, before going back to sleep. He could not have been more wrong. By morning, the fire had reached the warehouses along the River Thames. These buildings were packed with highly flammable goods: timber, oil, pitch, coal and tallow. When the flames hit the warehouses, the fire exploded into an uncontrollable inferno. A strong eastern wind picked up, driving the flames deeper into the heart of the city. The fire leaped from roof to roof, easily crossing the narrow streets. The city's primitive firefighting methods, leather buckets, hand-pumped water engines and fire hooks, were utterly useless against the sheer heat and scale of the blaze. Panic set in. Instead of fighting the fire, the citizens focused on saving their belongings. Carts and boats were hired at exorbitant prices. The streets became hopelessly clogged with people trying to flee, making it impossible for firefighters to move. The Lord Mayor, Thomas Bloodworth, panicked and refused to order the pulling down of houses to create firebreaks, fearing the cost of compensation. His indecision would cost the city dearly.
By Monday, the fire was a mile wide. The sky over London glowed a terrifying, unnatural red, visible for 40 miles around. The diarist Samuel Pepys recorded the scene in his diary. A most horrid, malicious, bloody flame. King Charles II finally intervened, bypassing the useless mayor. He put his brother, the Duke of York, in charge of the firefighting efforts. The Duke ordered the Navy to use gunpowder to blow up houses in the fire's path, creating massive firebreaks. But the fire was relentless. On Tuesday, it reached the magnificent St. Paul's Cathedral. The cathedral was covered in wooden scaffolding for repairs. Its roof was made of lead. The scaffolding caught fire, and soon the lead roof melted, pouring down the streets in a glowing molten lava. The great cathedral, the symbol of London, collapsed in flames. Finally, on Wednesday, the wind dropped. The Gunpowder Firebreaks began to hold. After 4 days and 4 nights of unimaginable destruction, the Great Fire of London was finally contained. The devastation was almost incomprehensible. 4/5 of the city had been destroyed. 13,200 houses, 87 parish churches, and St. Paul's Cathedral, all gone. Miraculously, the official death toll was recorded as fewer than 10 people, though the true number is likely much higher, as the intense heat would have cremated victims without a trace. In the aftermath, rumours spread like wildfire. Scapegoats were made. Foreigners, particularly the French and Dutch, were blamed and attacked in the streets. A French watchmaker named Robert Hubert falsely confessed to starting the fire and was hanged.
even though it was lit up even he wasn't even in London when it started. From ashes, a new London emerged. King Charles II ordered that the city be rebuilt in brick and stone, with wider streets to prevent such a disaster from ever happening again. The brilliant architect, Sir Christopher Wren, was tasked with redesigning the city's churches, including the magnificent new St. Paul's Cathedral, which still stands today as one of the world's great